Call this meeting to order. Call this meeting to order. Laredo ISD Board of Trustees. Regular board meeting. Today's Thursday, October the 13th. It is 5:31 p.m. We're in the Amber Yeary boardroom, and we will have roll call.
Dr. Celia Moreno,
Present.
Mr. Hector Noyola,
Here.
Mr. Jesus Martinez present, Mr. Jose Valdez,
Present.
Mr. Ricardo Garza,
Present.
Mr. Hector Garcia,
Present.
Mr. Jose R. Perez.
Present.
Everybody's here, Madam
We have a
President.
quorum. Yes.
Thank you, Madam President and board members and Dr. Nelson. Tonight, the LISD Board of Trustees pays tribute to a local veteran, Mr. Roque Vela Sr., who served in Vietnam with the United States Army from 1961 to 1968 and achieved the rank of Staff Sergeant. Mr. Vela also served with the LISD Board of Trustees for 12 years through the 1993-94 school year. The Instructional Television Department, under the direction of Jeanette Vasquez, interviewed Mr. Vela and produced this short video. Cameras, lights, action.
I served 6 years in the Army and 2 years in the Reserve, but my 6 years in the active duty U.S. Army, I had a lot of duties, a lot of things. First off, of course, as a private, took basic training in Fort Hood, Texas. I joined 17, and so there I was a mechanic, but I was right across the street from an infantry unit, and it just intrigued me. I mean, I really fell in love with the infantry, so I transferred to the infantry unit. And I became a squad leader. I was transferred to Fort Sam Houston. I was a DI there for Fort Sam Houston for conscientious objectives for a while. I served there for Fort Hood for 4 years. And then my last duty station was in Vietnam, in the Mekong Delta. And when I got there, I started meeting my squad, because I got there as a platoon or as a squad leader. During that time, we were alerted that there was a platoon that had popped a red flare. So we hurriedly got ready to go on and give them support. When we started to engage the enemy, my rifle did not have a bolt, so it would not fire. So I went to my platoon leader and I got his 45, and that's how I was able to defend myself. We moved into the perimeter, and we were able to suppress the enemy, and nobody really got killed or hurt real bad. So that was a harrowing experience, and there was quite a few. But that one, because it was my first mission, I really hadn't been in the unit an hour maybe. I did 11 months in Vietnam, and after that, after my 6 years, it was time for me to get out. And with a heavy heart, I did, because I really liked the Army. My wife didn't really like it that much, but so I got my discharge papers and came back to Laredo, started working for the post office. I describe myself as an independent thinker. I describe myself as a very patriotic person, that I would do what I did even right now if they would take me. There's all forms of education, but there's nothing that compares to formal education. You can read all you can, like I did, and you can get to the door, you can crack it open, but unless you have that diploma, it's not going to bust open. Unless you have the formal education, whether it be high school or, more important, college. I served on the board for 12 years, or almost 12 years. One of my slogans when I was running would say, 3 o'clock in the morning, who's the most important person in the world? You had a heart attack, you need a heart surgeon. Your sewer backed up? A plumber. So I thought that I brought a perspective, a point of view, a real world point of view because of my 6 years of experience in the military to a board that they never had before. And I thank everybody that serves in the school board district because sometimes it is a thankless job with no pay. And so I ended up buying some stock of Jet Bowling Lanes Inc. back in 71, 72, something like that. In 1977, 70, something like that, I bought the rest of the partners and my wife and I became sole owners. I believe that we are very involved in helping the community, especially nonprofit organizations, charity work, and things like that. We have a daughter and a son. Our daughter is the oldest. We're very proud of her. She's, as a matter of fact, is a counselor for LISD. And our son, obviously, he helps here at the bowling center, but as you know, he's a seat in city council. So we're also very proud of him. And I want to thank LISD. I want to thank your department for this interview, but I'm extremely honored and privileged that I was chosen to be recognized in this manner, especially as a veteran, because obviously veterans are very close to my heart.
Mr. Vela, LISD thanks you for serving our country with such valor. Would you please honor us by leading the Pledge of Allegiance? Everybody please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Vela. I ask that everybody to please remain standing for the national anthem, which will be sung by the Vidal M. Trevino School of Communications and Fine Arts under the direction of Ms. Celia Hernandez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming on the rockets red columns bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the
Thank you, students. That was the Trevino Magnet School Choir under the direction of Ms. Celia Hernandez. Mr. Vela, before you return to your seat, the LISD Board of Trustees would like to present you with an engraved plaque. And we would also like to welcome your wife, Cookie, and your son, City Councilman, the Honorable Roque Vela, Jr.
granddaughters.
Oh, yes,
We do now, we're in trouble.
that's right.
Come on, go and show them.
The Laredo Independent School District Board of Trustees recognizes Roque Vela, United States Army, for his patriotic ideals, selfless sacrifice, service to this country from 1961 to 1968, and for reaching the rank of Staff Sergeant. It is presented today, October the 13th, 2016.
Thank you very much, Laredo Independent School Board members, the public, the teachers, non-professionals. It's been almost 22 years since I've been here in this boardroom. As a matter of fact, when I left, this boardroom was being remodeled. And we were having the board meetings across the street in the library. But I would like to take this opportunity to say a few words. I know the meeting is long, but it might be the last time I have a mic in my hand. Let me say that I have had a lot of life-changing experience in my life. It started when I was 17 years old. I left Martin High School, and as some of you, or maybe all of you, already know, I did drop out of high school to join the United States Army. After serving 6 years in the United States Army and my experiences that I had, I would like to say that I was privileged and honored to walk among heroes during my military service. But at the same time, I served almost 12 years at LISD School Board, and it was my privilege and honor to walk among giants in the education field. Members like Amber Yeary, Dr. Joaquin Cigarroa, the unforgettable Vidal Trevino, members that are of the board right now that came out of class of 1962, which was my class. Dr. Cecilia, who we grew up together, came out of 62. Mike Trevino, Bobby Santos was the superintendent. So there was a lot of good things out of class of 1962 for Martin High. I was privileged to attend the first reunion a couple of months ago, and I was able to meet with some of my classmates that I was when I was in Martin High School, and I was very impressed. So I gotta say that 1962, the class of 1962 produced a lot of good things and a lot of good memories. But I believe that I took the best of all, because I married my wife. I was also a class of 1962. And that was the best life-changing experience that I had. You met my wife. Now we have our two granddaughters here, Alexandra and Isabella. My daughter, Yvonne, who is a special ed here in LISD counselor. Our son, Roque Jr., who is a city councilman. And of course, all of you, all the members of LISD. Now, in the past, you made this happen to me, or for me. So I thank you very much for this recognition, and I hope, or I wish you Godspeed, because I know that this job is sometimes not very easy. Again, thank you very much, Dr. Nelson. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Dr. Moreno, may I continue with special observances? Okay. Under special observances, we have Encarnacion Chon Trevino Jr., passed away on September 17th. He started at Dikes Elementary as a custodian. He worked at Nixon, Milton as head custodian, and his last years at LISD were with ITV. He retired in 2005 with 42 years of service. Leticia Martinez died on September 19th. She was a teacher at Farias Elementary and retired in 2014 with 39 years of service. Norma Iliana Cavazos died on September 18th. She was a teacher at Leindecker Elementary School for 21 years. Our beloved Lupita Cortez passed away on September 25th. She was the current principal at Gallego Elementary and had previously served as principal at Nixon High. She had 30 years of service to the school district. Aurelio de los Reyes died on September 26th. He was a security guard and custodian at Cigarroa Middle with 4 years of service. Silvia Telesa Antuna died on September 28th. Ms. Antuna was a teacher aide at Leindecker Elementary. Rodolfo Lara died on September 29th. He was a carpenter with the Division of Operations and had been with LISD for 17 years. Felipe de Jesus Patiño died on September 30th. He worked for LISD as a substitute custodian and was promoted to Division of Operations as a maintenance helper. He was with LISD for 8 years. Thomas Matthew Neal died on October the 9th. He was a business class and career portals teacher at Kristen Middle. He was a teacher at Kristen for 14 years. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Trevino, Martinez, Antuna, Cavazos, Cortez, De los Reyes, Lara, Patiño, and Neal families. May we have a moment of silence in their memory. May I continue with board recognitions? Before we begin with the recognitions, I'd like to introduce a very special guest that we have tonight, the new president of Laredo Community College, Dr. Ricardo Javier Solis, and he'd like to say a few words.
Good afternoon, honorable trustees, my good friend, Dr. Nelson. It is a privilege to be here. I would like to, first of all, thank the entire community of Laredo for such a magnanimous welcome in my short stance that I've been here for 2 months. And more importantly, I would like to assure you that the Laredo Community College will continue the outstanding tradition of providing the best quality education for our community and for our students. And it's such a privilege to be part of the LISD. And more importantly, I would like to emphasize that the Laredo Community College, we are now going to be embarking onto a new future vision in globalizing and preparing our college curriculum, our programs, but more importantly, to empower our students and our local citizens to be prepared to confront the challenges and opportunities that the Laredo community offers. And I look forward to be part of this. And again, thank you for having me here, and I look forward to working with you, with the trustees, and my colleague and good friend, Dr. Nelson. Again, thank you for having me here, and we look forward to having your children and having you continue being part of the tradition of LCC. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Dr. Solis. The doors of LISD are always welcome to you. Board members, now we continue with board recognitions. Tonight, we are pleased to recognize 3 community partners, our Technology Services Department, chess tournament winners, 7 outstanding student athletes, and an individual student for quick thinking and heroic action. We begin by recognizing several community partners for their contributions and assistance to LISD. Up first, we have Farmers Insurance. We are extremely grateful to Farmers Insurance for holding a back-to-school drive and donating clothing, shoes, backpacks, and supplies for our homeless and migrant students. Here representing Farmers Insurance is Insurance Agent Hector Chapa and Agent Producer and Organizer of our drive, Ms. Melissa Gomez. Thank you, Farmers Insurance. We would also like to publicly thank Academy Sports and Outdoor, and we're very grateful for their annual donation of back-to-school clothing vouchers. Every year, they give us the clothing vouchers so that our children can go and buy back-to-school clothing for the new school year. And so we say thank you once again to Academy. And next, we have our friends from First United Methodist Church. Pastor Paul Harris, along with members of the congregation, visited Ligard Elementary, Santo Niño, and Heights Elementary School, where they presented backpacks filled with school supplies for our kids. Over the last 5 years, the members of the church have collected backpacks and supplies so our kids can start off the school year with all the tools they need. Here representing First United Methodist is Pastor Paul Harris. Thank you for all you do for LISD. Next, we would like to recognize our Technology Services Department under the direction of Mike Munoa. We would like to thank them for their continued efforts in implementing the latest technology and softwares for our schools to enhance learning for our kids and provide teachers with more options to deliver instruction. Here representing the LISD Technology Services Department is our Chief Technology Officer, Mike Munoa, along with staff members Robert Rangel, Mario Canales, Christian Gomez, Jessica Ostos, and Gilbert Perez. Thank you for all you do throughout the year for our technology. Thank you, IT. And now LISD would like to honor our chess tournament winners. The LISD Advanced Academic Program Chess Club had a tournament very recently at the Martinez Performing Arts Center. At this time, we would like to ask Oscar Perez, Director of Secondary Education, and Yvonne Degollado, GT Coordinator, to join us for photos. And also joining us is Dr. Silvia Rios, Chief Academic Officer. Earning first place trophies in the rated divisions were the following: Julio Serrano of Zachary Elementary School, who won first place in the primary division. Here with Julio is his coach, Jamie Ortiz, and school principal, Diana Martinez. And Zachary Elementary also won the first place trophy in the primary team division. Way to go. From Linedecker Elementary School, we have Manuel Gomez, who won first place in the elementary fourth grade division. Here with Manuel is his coach, Jose Ramos, and school principal, Ms. Maria Oviedo. And the assistant principal, Mr. Silva. Also, Linedecker won the first place trophy in the elementary fourth grade team divisions. Congratulations, Linedecker. Good job, Linedecker. Yay. From Ryan Elementary School, Raul Rodriguez won first place in the elementary fifth grade division. With Raul is his coach, Raul Ramos, and school principal, Elsa Flores. And Ryan Elementary also won the first place trophy in the elementary fifth grade team division. Oh, and assistant principal, here representing Ryan is also their assistant principal, Ms. Leti Martinez. From Memorial Middle School, we have Angel Bojorquez, who won the middle school division. Here comes Angel, and here with Angel is his coach, Jose Cardenas. Come on now. And their school principal, Ms. Sandra Garcia. Memorial Middle also won the first place trophy in the middle school team division. From the Hector J. Garcia High School, winning first place in the high school division, Daniel Sanchez. Daniel's coach is Leslie Bird, and here representing the school is the principal, Mr. Israel Castilla. And now, LISD congratulates 7 outstanding student athletes for their excellence and discipline on the football field and for being named KGNS TV and Academy Sports Players of the Week. At this time, we ask that LISD Executive Director for Student Services, Maggie Martinez, and our Athletic Director, Silvia Barrera, to join us up front for the photos. First is Martin High School's quarterback, Matthew Duron, who was named the Pro 8 News Academy Sports Player of the Week for Week 6. Matthew rushed for 117 yards and 1 touchdown. He also threw for 87 yards, leading the Tigers to a 24-7 victory over Valley View. Congratulations, Matthew, for your outstanding performance. Here with Matt is Coach David Charles, School Principal Guillermo Pro, and his parents. His mother? Yes, his mother. His mother and his sister.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Next is Nixon High School's defensive lineman, Chris Casas, who was named the Pro 8 News Player of the Week for Week 4. Chris Casas had 7 tackles, 7 assisted tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and a fumble recovery, leading the defense as the Mustangs defeated Cigarroa 55-10. Here with Chris is his coach, Tommy Ramirez, and his mother, and our defensive coordinator is also. And school principal, Dr. Gerardo Cruz.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
And now we have Nixon High School's offensive linemen, Francisco Torresilla, Jesus Pescador, Josué Tobias, Fernando Hernandez, and Marco Muñoz. These 5 outstanding athletes were named the KGNS Academy Sports Players of the Week this morning at Montesville. That was for Week 7. Led by the entire offensive line, the Mustangs broke a school record with 71 points in their victory over Mission Veterans. Thanks to their superior blocking by these 5 Mustangs, the Nixon offense gained 617 yards on 68 plays. They had 10 touchdowns, and the offense had 0 penalties and 0 turnovers that night. We're very proud of all of our students. Thank you, students. Great job. And last but not least, Stella ISD is very proud to recognize an individual for his quick thinking and for his heroic efforts. Nixon High School student Luis Ramirez is being called a hero for rescuing Mr. Juan Sanchez from a near drowning at Lake Casablanca. Luis and a friend For those who haven't heard the story, Luis and a friend were fishing on their boat when they heard screams coming from the water. Wearing their life vests, they decided to take action by jumping into the water and rescuing the man. Paramedics and emergency officials credit Luis's quick action and his lifeguard experience in preventing a major tragedy. It's a story that was first broken on KGNS by the Weekend Sports anchor, Mr. Anthony Rodriguez, who's also with us tonight. Here with Luis are his parents and school principal, Dr. Cruz, and the rest of his family. And Luis, we thank you for being at the right place at the right time. Board members and Dr. Nelson, that concludes tonight's board recognitions.
Daughter. This is yes. Nice to meet you.
I know you all the reasons. Thank
So I told him. He's like, yeah, well, I wasn't getting into trouble.
Okay, let's see real quick.
Sí.
Levantó el muchachito, levanta al otro. Sí, porque
Okay.
cuando lo pescas está todo desesperado, se te puede tirar para adentro.
A mí cuando era lifeguard aquí en couple of minutes, ¿verdad?
Sí, te llevan para adentro.
Yeah, kind of. 3 minutes? Yes.
Yeah, this is the
Importance, bring awareness
You
to
want him in your swim team. We're back at this meeting. We've done recognitions. We have public forum. We do have 2 people that have signed up for public forum. Remember, you will have 3 minutes in which to address the board. The first one is René Ramon, and his topic would be Children, Constitutional Rights, Victim of Advocate, and Advocate Justice in Injustice. René Ramon.
Is you outside?
Josie, is that the gentleman that was here? Yeah, why don't we go to the other one?
Okay, we'll go to the next one, Patricia V. Cisneros, and she will speak on the dyslexia program.
Hello, my name is Patricia V. Cisneros. I am the Section 504 Dyslexia and RTI Coordinator for Laredo Independent School District. Good afternoon, Dr. Nelson and board members. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you so very much for supporting the dyslexia instructional program, and also to make you aware that October is Dyslexia Awareness Month. The dyslexia program has collaborated with the Parental Involvement Department to present information regarding dyslexia at the Parental Advisory Council meeting, which will take place October 26 at the Martinez Performing Arts Center in the ballroom from 9 to 12. And all of these details will be given to you in a flyer that I have provided for you. I will give out to you. Also, this afternoon, I would like to recognize the dyslexia instructional program teachers who are here to support this endeavor. Will you please stand? I'd like to introduce them to you. We have Ms. Stephanie Adwell Santos, Ms. Linda Diaz, Ms. Ana Garcia, Ms. Elsa Ramirez, Ms. Mary Cavazos, Ms. Erlinda Treviño, Mr. Carlos Castillo, Yolanda McGee, and Ms. Ana Villarreal. I'd also like to take this time to thank the Communications Department for providing this beautiful banner we see back here. And you will be getting an invitation to the Parental Advisory Council meeting at a later date. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Rene Ramon. You will have 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank God for giving this opportunity here. Dr. Nelson, if I may, I'll be passing out some documents.
Yes, sir.
They told me there were going to be 7 staff members, and I see there's 9. So y'all can share with that. My name is Ramon. I've been here in Laredo for the longest time. My family lived here for the longest time as well. Our utmost priority and safety and well-being of children is a priority for them to be safe in school grounds. We'll be depending on them for a better, brighter future. I defend constitutional rights for adults, especially children, in school grounds. This document that the little girl passed, we are asking for support on this document right here. It has, I'm providing this already in schools. There's a lot of teachers and principals that agree to it, and they love this, what I'm doing. And this is in all the state of Texas. I just came from Corpus Christi, Texas right now. This ID states that children cannot be interrogated by any government official, any government agency. I was addressed from Austin, Texas to come here to start with the school districts here, because there's over 100 school districts in Austin, Texas. Okay, it's been approved by Washington, D.C., from justice.gov and the FBI. That's where we provide information, the 1-800 number as well. There's been threats going around here in schools, and all those matters we have to take seriously. Okay, there's a lot of young children being ripped off from school, and they're violating their constitutional rights. And here it states any government official and government agency will actually find out that they will not be able to interrogate children in school without a parent or a lawyer present. The form states their constitutional rights as children, because children have constitutional rights as well as adults. As you've seen in TV, a lot of rights being violated for adults, as well children have rights, and they go to school to learn. I have teachers that have been real worried, stressed, been in depression, as where they rip off children from school, and parents come back to school and they don't even see their children there. They don't even notify them what happened to the children until the parent gets there. This, like I say, State Senator Judy Zaffirini already knows about what I'm doing here in the whole state of Texas. We're just asking for support for the children that do have these cards. This ID is going to be on their backpacks or with them at all times. This right here, this form states their constitutional rights as where they cannot be interrogated without a parent present at that time or an attorney. I have already a lot of support from principals and teachers of these forms and these IDs. We understand there's a lot of unfit fathers out there, but it's not the right moment and the right place to go interrogate children in school because they go to school or learn. So I'll ask for support, and what we're saying is that whoever child has this in school grounds, for them to respect this ID card and this form as they have constitutional rights not to be violated. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That concludes our public forum. Board communications, Mr. Perez?
Thank you. I just want to thank everybody that was recognized tonight. I think we have a good group of people that are doing a lot for the students, especially the sponsors and those people that have taken care, like the chess tournament and all the activities that they're involved. And as we look and recognize them, we know that they're winners. Even though sometimes they don't win the game, but inside they know that they put all they had and they're ready to continue. And that's what it takes to start and go and go and go. And one of these days, you know, they'll be the first ones to be out there. So I want to congratulate everybody and all the staff that's involved. I know everybody, because this is a matter of all of us, not just the principal, the administrator, the coach, but also the board. And if the board is not behind those students, then we don't have any business up here. So I just want to congratulate also Mr. Roque Vela for being recognized tonight, and we're doing very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia?
First of all, I want to give thanks to everybody that attended the Angel of Hope, the award that I received. Everybody that gave me a call or sent me a text or had me in their prayers. I want to thank the school district and Dr. Nelson for that ad that came out in the paper, thanking me part of the whole district. John, thank you very much for being part of and supportive of me getting this award, and it meant a lot to me and everybody that showed up. I want to thank Mr. Martinez and Mr. Garza and Mr. Nola, everybody. I know they wanted to be there, but they were actually there with us, sharing with me and the rest of you. Angel, I don't know if I'm an angel, but hope, we have a lot of hope for our children, and we have a lot of hope that we leave this world in a better place than we found it. And that I accepted, because that's what we work for, and that's what everybody up here tries to do. And if we can change one person's opinion or one kid that never wanted to go to school and have him want to go to school and succeed, then we've succeeded in what we want to do. So thank you for giving me that honor. I also want to congratulate the Nixon Mustang for their season and for honoring them this morning. I actually attended the event with the athletic director, Maggie Martinez, the principal, and it was an outstanding honor. They're working hard, and we will be at the game tomorrow. We're driving to their game, and again, I want to congratulate Mr. Roque Vela. It's, you know, a true community leader. His picture up there, he led, for I think 14 years on our board when Mr. Vidal Trevino was here, and set a foundation for a lot of us that are sitting up here. So congratulations, and thank you all very much.
Mr. Noyola?
Yes, I would like to congratulate all law enforcement agencies who helped LISD during Clown Week. It's nice to see all these agencies working together for the safety of our students. Also, again, Mr. Garcia, congratulations on your honor and recognition with Angel of Hope. It's very deserving. Thank you.
Mr. Valdez?
All the way up here. I'd like to recognize and congratulate Mr. Roque Vela, because
He set a tremendous example as a public official and, of course, in the military. I have a picture, well, I have a copy of the Laredo Times where he and his brother are looking at a map of Vietnam. They both served out there at the same time. Now, many things that I have discussed with him, and he has told me about the war and all that, and it's really a tremendous honor that he also served on the board for 12 years. His picture's out there. I also want to congratulate Nixon Mustangs for the great record that they have this year, and certainly hope that they keep it up. I don't know what I'm going to say on the Nixon-Martin game, but at this point, we support them entirely. Also, congratulate Matthew Duron. He lives very close to my house. I'm very, very proud of what he's doing and what the Tigers are doing this year. There's a book called Among the Valiant. And this book is a compilation of all the U.S. soldiers throughout history that have won the Congressional Medal of Honor, which is the highest honor that any American soldier will ever be recognized with. The book Among the Valiant shows that the greatest number of Congressional Medal of Honor recipients in the United States are Mexican Americans, not Hispanics, Mexican Americans, of any other major group. I say this with a lot of pride because especially today, when we have all these controversies going on at the national level, and Mr. Roque Vela was one of those. Other than that, we congratulate all the young people, especially the children who were honored today for their achievements. It is truly a mirror image of what they will be doing in the future as they continue to excel. All of this is done, of course, with the cooperation and the support of our administrators and our teachers and all of our staff. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Garza?
Thank you. I'd like to thank Lara Academy for inviting me to their Character Counts program. It's great to see all the kids out there that really, truly, and honestly, I was moved by one young child in there that was in a difficult situation, but they all are. And really, the measurement of how good we're doing is how many kids we keep out of that academy. You know, it's we've got a lot of issues here at LISD. A lot of these people, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Cheney and staff. They're doing an excellent job out there. They have their hands full over there, and we as the LISD family, we need to continue to go over there and find out exactly what we have in order that we can prevent such, what I saw was an incredible waste of time and mind by having those kids over there. You know, sometimes it's beyond our control to do a lot for those kids. It's a process that we have to go through. But looking at the way they worked and how organized they are, I really appreciate all the work that they do. I'd like to thank Nixon High School, Dr. Cruz, for inviting me, and and our librarians for inviting me to National Night Out, Reading Night Out. I'd like to thank the police department for getting involved with law enforcement during our agonizing week of the clown, which everybody was kind of in pins and needles there for a little bit, but I'm glad everything was taken care of. I know we're on top of our game, and I'd like to formally thank Mr. Real for being around at the times that we needed you. I know it's a hard task to come right into your job and try and get involved in this type of process, but one of the things that's going to define our role as a police department here is how fast and how quick we react to everything that's going on around us. So I know sometimes it's a thankless job, but keep up the good work. I'd like to thank this board for sticking together during that time period, for sticking together throughout these years, and working with each other in terms of everything that we have to go through. A lot of times, a lot of these people, the public doesn't see everything that we do, but we do everything with our heart and our sleeve, and we do everything and well thought out processes that we go through. So I'd like to thank the board. On a note, on a national note, this might be the last time we get to speak before our national election takes place. I'd like to encourage everybody to go out and vote. Vote your conscience. We live in the greatest country in the world. We shouldn't give away, as you saw, the sacrifice that Mr. Vela did. A lot of these soldiers went to go fight for us so that we can have the right to vote. And I ask that everybody, including the students that just signed up to vote, to go out there and vote. Do not waste your vote. Educate yourself. Educate yourself on everything that's going on out there. Do not be intimidated by fear and fear-mongering. Just vote your conscience. And one more thing on for all those people that are stricken with breast cancer, I'd like to let you know that the LISD family is with you and behind you, and we encourage you to seek God at every single moment of the day. This is the only way that I see that people and families that are stricken with this awful disease can overcome this disease. Thank you.
Mr. Martinez.
Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. Yes, I'd like to remind everybody again to respect and understand the struggles that veterans go through while they're in the military and when they come out. We serve as veterans either in peacetime or in wartime. And as veterans, we come back, and when we see other countries, the struggles they go through, we realize that we cannot let anything happen to our country, because our country is the one that sets an example for the humanity of the world. I want to thank again Mr. Vela for the 6 years that he served, and he was in combat and he was wounded. He was close to not being here with us, and that's a true veteran. We all serve our time. We're called GIs, and what that means general issue. That means we are issued as an item. A captain can say, give me 10 more GIs, 10 more, issue me 10 more soldiers, and they do their job according to what the captain says to them. So we as GIs serve as pawns in the military, and this strengthens our country and strengthens our way of life. In Mexico, for example, I talked to a family who have a son that was a veterinarian in Monterrey, and he had a friend that opened a new restaurant, and the guys came by, the bandidos, and they told him, we want 500 pesos from you every week. He said, I'm not going to give you any. They came back again next week. They came back the third week and killed him. Shot him with a machine gun. The young man, the veterinarian, is now a citizen in Canada, together with his sister. Mexicans are leaving Mexico as they can, and a lot of them are going that are educated or going to Canada. But we have it here. We need to protect it, and that's what we need to remember when we see veterans like Mr. Vela here. Also, all our kids can learn. Don't think that one kid that might be slow cannot learn. Give that child the attention that they need. It is very important, because one of us as educators can trigger that child to make the right decision. In psychology, the personality of the individual, that's the drive that follows him through life, is formed between the ages of 1 and 6 years old. And we have an opportunity to form the positive personality of kids. And depending on how they go to school, how they're respected, how they're treated, that's the kind of life that they're going to live. And that's the kind of push or drive that they're going to have. So I continue emphasizing to the teachers, please look at the individual kids and help them out as individuals. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to congratulate Mr. Garcia on his recognition as for the Angel of Hope. I want to congratulate Roque Vela for his recognition as the selected veteran to be recognized. And of course, we want to recognize all the students that were recognized earlier today. It's really been great. I think we've had a really strong start this school year, and we look forward to many more recognitions. Thank you. We will now move to committee reports. Dr. Nelson, is there anything?
Dr. Moreno, real quick, can I just say something real quick? There was something interesting this morning at the Nixon, when they honored him. Since 1931, this is the last time that a Laredo team scored 71 points. They announced that this morning, so I just wanted to bring that up. It was interesting, 'cause I didn't even know that.
Yeah. On the Rio Grande City.
Yeah.
Martin High School scored 73.
Yeah. 71.
So, Dr. Moreno, we've provided the committee reports from our meetings. I would like to thank our members of our senior leadership team and staff that prepared for those committee meetings, and if there's any questions, we'll entertain them. Otherwise, we're prepared to move to the next agenda item.
Next agenda item?
I move that we approve the financial reports as presented.
Don't try to act like you.
We have a motion and a second that we approve the financial reports as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Move to approve the amendments 3A and 3B.
We have a motion to approve amendments 3A and 3B.
Second.
And a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Move to approve the proposals 4A to 4L.
We have a motion to
Second.
approve proposals 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, 4E, 4F, 4G, 4H, and 4I. 4J, 4K, and 411. And we
Yeah.
also have a second.
L.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Did I
Move to
forget one?
approve
Oh, you said
tax
411.
Oh,
I think you meant 4L.
4L.
Or L, yeah.
Move to approve the tax refunds as presented 5A and B.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve tax refunds 5A and 5B. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Move to approve number 6 through 19.
From the
Second.
consent agenda, we have a motion to approve items number 6, number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I oppose number 10.
Okay, we have one
Vote.
opposed.
May we proceed, Dr. Moreno?
Yes.
Item number 20 is discussion and possible action to approve the 2016-2017 capital improvement plan projects, including amendments and repurposing of funding. Dr. Moreno, members of the board, we've discussed this thoroughly, and there was just an amendment approved that added a truck for Figueroa High School that will be paid for out of discretionary funds from the Honorable Jose R. Pettis. And we, as you know, we've made it customary, the board expects for anything that is bought that's capital improvement be added as part of the capital improvement plan.
So move to approve.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item number 12. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Was that 20?
I believe, Dr. Moreno, item number 21 is discussion and update on the duties of the internal auditor, including ongoing audits. And so the most recent audit that was submitted to the board this last week was on construction. And I believe if they want to assign any in open session, we can do that under this item or the next item? This item? So if you want to add anything, or if you want, I understand someone may want to discuss,
I think it's best if we discuss it in executive session.
recommend closed session, Dr. Moreno?
Okay?
Yes.
Then we'll
Move that
take
we
it.
go.
Are we ready? Is
Matter of
that,
fact, if you don't mind, Dr. Moreno, if we can go into closed session and do all of the items that we need to do in
right, but
closed.
before we go into closed session, let me just go back. Item number 20, I think when I said the number, I said 12, everything is going so fast here. But it is item number 20. Can we take another vote just to be sure? Let me have a motion for item number 20.
Move.
And we had a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. That was item 20.
That brings us to closed session.
Yes, we will go into executive session for item 21, 22, 23, 24, and you'll read them all out, Dr. Nelson?
Yes, and I just want a clarification. Item number 22, which for the record is discussion and possible action on duties and responsibilities of the internal auditor as assigned by the Board of Trustees, including the potential assignment of auditing duties. Correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like that should be said in open session, and then if a board member would like to discuss it in closed session,
Yes.
then we have the language to do so. So before we go to the other items, are there any items or duties on the responsibility of the internal auditor that the members of the board would like to discuss in open session under item number 22? We already have a request to go in closed session for 21.
Any items?
Well, let's go on that one in closed session. We don't have anything to discuss, we don't have anything to discuss.
Well,
So then you would like to discuss 22 in closed session as well? Okay,
None-
fine.
None in open session.
No?
Got it. So we'll be discussing item number 21 and 22 in closed session. Along with those items, we'll be discussing item number 23, which is discussion and possible action to approve the recommendation to hire the following professional position, elementary school principal. And then item number 24 is discussion and possible action regarding the potential acquisition of real property, including 1900 Springfield and 2301 and 2305 San Bernardo Avenue. Recommend closed session, Dr. Moreno?
okay, yes. Okay, do we have a motion to go into closed session? And a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go into closed session. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. It is now 6:38, and we will go into closed session.
Invasion of the mosquitoes, huh? Invasion of the mosquitoes.
Have you ever heard that saying, why can't we all just get along?
You know what?
Joe. Just for the record, would you please buy some spray for mosquitoes? I got bit all over the place.
Mr. Gus, we'll have operations check that out first thing tomorrow morning. Some kind of mosquito outbreak back
Like
there.
80 of them,
If you could
and
check
we're
for
fighting them.
Do me a favor,
For
don't
the
let them just
Zika
spray the
virus.
room. Tell them to go to the back room and under the
Yeah.
building, where all the moisture
My,
lies.
my piece of sweetbread flew away. They were at the bottom holding it
Y'all-
up.
We should let y'all go over there and get a taste of that. Okay. I lost a pint of blood in there.
No, I was just kidding.
Okay.
We're
somewhere.
We're back from executive session. It is 7:44. No votes were cast, no action was taken. And Dr. Nelson?
Thank you, Dr. Moreno. Item number 21 requires no action. No additional duties were assigned other than to follow up as discussed in closed session on item number 22. No action is necessary. Which brings us to item number 23. Discussion and possible action to approve the recommendation to hire the following professional position for elementary school principal at Don Jose Gallego Elementary. Would like to recommend Mrs. Imelda Martinez for the position.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
And then on item number 24, there's no need for action. I will be following up with the board in November on the items presented by the internal auditor in closed session and item number 24. That brings us to communications, which will be presented by our Executive Director for Communications, Mrs. Veronica Castillo.
Thank you, board members and Dr. Nelson. District-wide Pink Day in observance of National Breast Cancer Awareness Month is set for tomorrow at all campuses and departments. The National School Bus Safety Week Parade will be held next Wednesday, October 19th at 9 a.m., starting from the Civic Center parking lot with a proclamation ceremony at the UISD SAC. The Martin Cigarroa varsity football game is scheduled for Friday, October 21st at 7 p.m. at Shirley Field. And LISD College Night will be held on Wednesday, October 26th at Tammy U from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We have a budget workshop planned for Thursday, October 27th at 5:30 p.m. A chess tournament for Saturday, October 29th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Martinez Performance Arts Center in the meeting rooms. And also on Saturday, October 29th is a special call meeting and board workshop here in the Erie Boardroom. And that's all I have for tonight. Thank you, board members and Dr. Nelson.
I'm aware we adjourn.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
Veronica.
Committee? No me acuerdo.